being asked about the abduction and subsequent release of more than 300 schoolboys of the government science secondary school, Kankara in Katsina State, this on the 11th of December. And while parents and guardians of the schoolboys are still thanking their stars for the safe return, many are concerned about the manner of the rescue. The presidency is saying now that some repentant bandits helped governments to secure the release of the Kankara boys. BK, what do you make of this? The presidency is still insisting that this northwest region now is still out of bounds, so to speak, now to the Boko Haram terrorists who had initially claimed responsibility for the kidnap.
No, well, it's important sometimes for people to help calm us down. But we need to be able to read between the lines and not allow people to simply deceive us. The IG has said that terrorists are operating in the northwest. He mentioned Ansaru, a faction of Boko Haram, that Ansaru has bases, cells in the northwest and parts of north central. Remember, Ansaru even ambushed Nigerian soldiers around Lokoja.
Yeah.
The time passed. If Boko Haram had operated in Abuja, in Suleja, and all of these places in the past, no one should give us the impression that they cannot operate beyond the northeast. In the case of this last abduction, clearly Shekau contacted a leader of the bandits group to arrange that abduction for him. And that was why even that boy, the boy who led the who spoke on behalf of others, said they were telling him to mention the Boko Haram Shekau faction because they were recording that video for Shekau to use for his propaganda purpose. It was Shekau that released the video of that children. Nobody else had access to that video, meaning that up until that time, they were doing his bidding. They wanted to do what he wanted. They kidnapped for him. But there were 3 bandit groups involved, 3 bandit leaders. So what happened was, immediately this thing happened, the federal government, and I was told that the VP actually called the governor of Zamfara State, knowing that he had engaged with bandits in the past and he had a kind of amnesty, or what's it called, for them. They called him to help them to intervene because security agencies had located the whereabouts of those kids and they were inside the forest in Zamfara. So they told the governor to intervene. For 3 days, the governor of Zamfara was engaging those bandits, using the retired bandits that he was already familiar with, the people that he had done business with
in the past.
So he was the one who pleaded that Nigerian army should not take military action against those guys. He said they should wait until they finish negotiations before any move against those guys, because it would jeopardize his efforts. So he appealed, and they didn't take any action. They knew where they are, and the our war planes were cycling over the area. The bandits also knew that, look, these guys were monitoring them. Now, once negotiation was over, the bandits released the boys to the Zamfara State Commissioner for Internal Security and the SSG of the state. That was what happened. And then the boys were handed over to the GOC of 8th Division, General Bande, who used to be the commander of 17th Division in Katsina before that time. So this is how this whole thing happened. So if they say that bandits were engaged, perfect. And it wasn't the federal government that engaged the bandits. It was the governor of Zamfara State. And that's what Garba Shehu said, that because he had engaged them in the past, we reached out to him to help. And that's what he has done. Good thing, our soldiers, they positioned themselves in an area where it was impossible for those guys to take those boys away, because Sheka was promising them that he would send vehicles. And what Sheka wanted to do was to move those children to another person that he was more comfortable with. But the negotiations effectively shut him out. And we were able to bring those children home safely.
Bring back our boys.
Yeah, so, which is what gives us joy.
Indeed.
All of these attempts, this one wants to take credit, that one wants to take credit, is the Nigerian way. But the truth is always the truth. This is what happened. And to now even be labeling the man a supporter of terrorists after he helped, somebody issued a statement. It's very unfair. Yes, it's very unfair for someone who helped.
Indeed, and the larger picture is that the boys are here, not one, not two, that number.
Yes, and nobody was injured. Right. But if we had used military,
many would have been killed. There was that hesitance now that collateral damage, using those boys as bait now. But Emeka, what are your thoughts? We still have a number of captives now in the terrorist den, and even with the bandits. But what are your thoughts now on this seeming revelation?
Yeah, you see, kidnapping has become a major problem in Nigeria. You heard about, was it yesterday or so, an entire bus was kidnapped on Benin Auchi Road, and the police said they were not aware. Kidnapping left and right. I mean, human beings have now become, unfortunately, commodities, merchandise. You can just pick somebody. I've had cases of even the ordeal, kidnapped victims. Listen to kidnapped victims, the ordeal they went through.
Made them walk
and you just imagine that people can be so mean to kidnap people and trade them, get money, and all of that. Listen. We must look at also the role of security agencies in this kidnapping episodes. Because criminals cannot just be moving about freely without colluding with rogue security agents. We're making a mockery
of
our country. Yes, it's so slow. How could that large number of boys have been moved? They were not even kept near the school. They were moved far away.
Yes.
Now, people, I had said it, as at 2016, that we should have a mechanism whereby we can also reach out to these terrorists and all of that to find a way of de-escalating the threats and finally overcoming it. But people said, no, take military action, bomb them, kill them, this, that, the other.
But all efforts in the past to placate them have failed.
Okay. Yeah, but we have to continue.
Right. Okay.
We must continue.
So intensify this
then again, we must also de-radicalize, continue with the de-radicalization program. We must continue with, finding a way of getting many of them out of this thing. But kidnapping should be moved to the level of terrorism. Right. So, it's a big problem.
Repentant bandits, repentant terrorists, how does this all sound to you?
It sounds as if it's an official endorsement of these actions. That's the way I look at it. Look,
but there are gains.
Looking at the gains. But you see, let me tell you something. This particular issue, you cannot tell me that over 300 children were kidnapped. Thank God for whichever way they were able to be brought back. And no single person.
Nobody was arrested.
Nobody was arrested, and nobody is being held accountable. No matter the method we use, that area makes it as if it is an official.
Because they will do it again.
Because they will come back again.
They did it some
days later. They will do it again. That is the problem. Yes, they will do it again. So that is my own worry about it.
Right. Well, many thanks to all of you, great discussants here on the program today, Olabisi, Emeka, and BKO. I appreciate all the contributions on the program. We have to end the show. There are more more insights, more great insights, from this table that will be dished out to our dear viewers on, divergent topics right here on Journalist Hangout. So I thank you all again.
Thank you.